All right, y'all, gather around the fire. Tonight I have another tale for you about the things that can happen in these dark woods. Get your flashlights or blankets if you think they'll help. Let's get started. The fire crackled, sending sparks into the cool night air. Tom, Sarah, and Jake laughed heartily, their faces illuminated by the warm glow of the fire. They were deep in the woods, miles from anything resembling civilization. It was their annual camping trip, a cherished tradition to reconnect and enjoy the beauty of nature. Bandit, Jake's loyal dog, dozed peacefully by the fire, his ears occasionally twitching. The smell of burgers and hot dogs charring on the grill filled the air, mingling with the scent of pine. They told stories, their laughter echoing in the night, creating memories that would last a lifetime. The vastness of the woods made them feel small, but oddly safe and connected to the earth. "Jake, you ever bring Bandit out this far before?" Sarah inquired, curiosity in her voice. "Nah," Jake replied, scratching Bandit behind the ears. "He'd chase after anything that moved." Bandit perked up, his eyes scanning the darkness, ever alert. "Probably wouldn't be good for the local wildlife," Jake added. They all laughed again, the sound carrying through the trees. They felt a million miles away from everything. The world was quiet, peaceful, and full of wonder. A log cracked in the fire, the laughter died down. A sense of peace settled over them. Then a sound, a high-pitched howl echoing through the trees. Bandit's head shot up. He whined, eyes darting around the campsite. The hair on his back stood on end. "What was that?" Sarah whispered, breaking the silence. Jake tried to laugh it off. "Probably just an owl." "Right, boy?" he said, patting Bandit's head. But Bandit didn't relax. He continued to stare into the darkness, a low growl rumbling in his chest. The howl came again, closer this time, followed by another, and another. They were surrounded. Tom scrambled to his feet, knocking over his camp chair in a frantic rush. "That's no owl!" he stammered, his voice tight with fear, eyes wide and searching the darkness. Pairs of eyes, glowing green in the darkness, began to appear around the campsite, multiplying with every passing second. More howls, closer now. A chorus of canine menace echoed through the trees, sending shivers down their spines. The coyotes had arrived, their presence undeniable. Bandit barked, straining at his leash, his growl deep and protective. His growl was answered by a chorus of snarls, a chilling symphony of the wild. The smell of their meal, and likely Bandit himself, had attracted the coyotes, drawing them in like moths to a flame. The coyotes moved closer, their lean, almost emaciated bodies slinking through the trees, eyes fixed on their prey. These coyotes were hungry. They were hungry and unafraid, driven by a primal need. The friends huddled together, fear tightening its grip on their hearts, breaths shallow and quick. They were trapped in the wilderness with only a thin layer of nylon between them and the hungry pack, the night closing in around them. "Get in the tent!" Jake yelled, grabbing the tent flap. They scrambled inside, the flimsy fabric offering little comfort. Bandit whimpered, pushing against them for comfort. Outside, the coyotes grew bolder. They sniffed at the abandoned camp chairs, their noses twitching, catching the scent of food. Scratching came from the side of the tent. The coyotes were testing their shelter. Their hot breath could be felt through the thin fabric. Sarah stifled a sob. Tom gripped his pocket knife, his knuckles white. The coyotes paced. They whined and snarled, their frustration growing as they found themselves unable to reach their prize. Bandit, trapped between fear and instinct, let out a low growl. Hours crawled by. Each rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig, sent shivers down their spines. The coyotes remained, their presence a constant threat. Sleep was impossible. They huddled together, sharing a single flashlight's dwindling beam. The darkness outside pulsed with the coyotes' restless energy. Every so often, a chorus of howls would erupt, a chilling symphony that sent shivers down their spines. The night stretched on, an eternity of fear and uncertainty. They prayed for the first light of dawn, their only hope of escape. Finally, the first hint of gray appeared in the sky, signaling the end of a long, harrowing night. The coyotes, as if on cue, began to melt away, their howls fading into the distance, leaving an eerie silence in their wake. The friends emerged from the tent, their faces drawn and pale, shadows of exhaustion etched deeply into their features. The campsite was a mess, a chaotic scene of scattered gear and debris. The coyotes had torn through everything, leaving nothing untouched in their nocturnal rampage. They packed up quickly, not a word spoken, each person lost in their own thoughts and fears. The terror of the night still fresh in their minds, their hearts still pounding with the remnants of fear. As they drove away, the forest seemed to watch them, a silent warning, a reminder of the night's events. They had been lucky this time, escaping with only their nerves frayed and their gear damaged. They vowed never to return, a solemn promise made in the safety of their car. The wilderness could be a cruel teacher, a constant reminder of the power of nature and the importance of respecting its raw, untamed beauty, a lesson they would never forget. Now, who has the marshmallows?